Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and I thought I would go ahead and do the a week ahead spread for me or for someone else, whoever resonates with it. Um, I noticed the last couple of times I've been doing week ahead spreads kind of spotty, and I wasn't going to do anymore. And then I realized I missed it when I didn't do the week ahead. I kind of floundered through the week, so I'm going to go ahead and do the week ahead spread for you guys and see what we need for the week, or what our advice is for the week. So I've been using this deck nonstop. It is the Soul Cats Tarot by Lisa Robertson, artwork by Adam Ohlers. I've been using it pretty much the whole month of April. I feel like it's time to put it down now and work with something else. So I thought I would go out with a bang here and use it as my week ahead spread. So I've been pairing it with, and I just lost it again, this other deck. I've been pairing it with my Woodland Wardens Oracle by Jessica Rowe. They're amazing together. And so we're going to go ahead, and I've already pulled, if you're just checking my channel, usually I pull energy, obstacle, and advice for the week. I usually do a quick meditation and then pull the cards. I've done that off camera at this point, so we're not blabbling on forever. And then I go over the cards intuitively and then read the book and see what the book says. So yeah, let's get into it. And I'm going to actually pull a card from here real quick, because I haven't done so, to get an overall, what can you tell us about this spread? An added bonus for the spread. Already talking. We have the sheep and blackberry. And the keyword is devotion. And I've been getting this card a lot in my spreads, or my daily spreads that I do. So that's interesting. All right, so for the first card for the energy of the week, we have the Ace of Swords. And he's got the sword around his neck, and he has air between his eyes, or wind. So that's how you know, on top of the fact that it says Ace of Swords. And it's pretty weird because I just got words in my mind. One of them is a dirty word. Basically, beware of people screwing with your mind. Is what I'm getting here. Be aware that someone is out to not destroy you, but break you down mentally. I had a little bit of trouble with somebody at work last week, and this just makes me think it's going to carry over this week, and I'm not having it this week. I dealt with it last week. For 2 days. I'm not dealing with it this week at all. So that's interesting. So for the obstacle of the week, we got the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is literally what I just said, walking away. Walking away from a situation, walking away from something that doesn't benefit you. And I feel like because this person, I love this person to death. They're like a little sister to me. It may be hard, and that may be the obstacle, is it may be hard to walk away and not try to fix things with this person, even though they're the ones causing the issue. But from what this is saying and this is saying, it's like just walk away from the person, walk away from the situation, because they're going to try to screw with your mind regardless of how much you care for them. Interesting. And I love his tail is like straight up in this card. I get a very loving vibe from this, even though it's a like a negative aspect of this spread. And straight up, that means they're content in their situation. And that being in reverse, it's not content with the situation. Interesting. And I may try to fix it, and that may be where the issue comes in, where it just needs to run its course, and I need to ignore it and leave it alone. And then we have for the advice for the week, the moon card. Wow, this is seemingly quite dark this week. The moon card, and I love, he's got the wolf on his necklace and the broken tower and not the broken tower, but the broken column and the crayfish. This is like my third favorite moon card ever. And you see the duality here of the white and the black of him, which to me seems like it goes back to here with the negative aspect of this card is we all have this darkness within us. You need to learn to walk away from it. Walk away from the parts of you that want to engage, because that's a darker side of you that doesn't need to be engaged at this moment. And then with the devotion card here, it's like you have this devotion to this person, but if they're the ones being immature or they're the ones that have wronged you, two wrongs don't make a right. It is a situation where you need to turn the other cheek at this point, because you're just going to be brought down to their level, and then nothing's going to get accomplished, is what I'm seeing here for this week, which is quite interesting. Quite interesting. I almost wish I'd pulled the cards last week. I didn't, just to see how they compare to this week, because it seems like the same situation in my life that happened last week is carrying over this week, and it's my job to walk away from it. Interesting. So let's see what we have in the Ace of Swords here. And I'm just going to read the little captioning here. So thoughts are like clouds. They blow in and they blow out. You have millions of thoughts a day, and there is no possible way you can hold on to all of them. But it seems one of them is lingering. One of them wants you to allow it some space to grow into a new habit or even a new belief. This one is gathering like a warmer summer storm, pulling with it the new programming your mind will need to take this through into the next level. Guidance. Your thoughts control your feelings, which in turn control your actions. Wow. And that's what I was saying here. When a new thought comes in to take root in your mind, you have to make sure it is working for your greater good and moving you toward expansion. This new pervasive thought is having a ripple effect on you. Are you feeling and acting? Only let it affect on how you are feeling and acting. Only let it keep growing if it is creating benefits in your life. So again, what I was saying is this is not, to me, coming up as it's a new thought process that we need to nurture. It's a thought process that maybe needs to dissipate. So I found that fascinating. Protection. You are resisting the need to pluck out a belief that no longer serves you, but you know you have to. You know it is keeping you trapped in a crushing cage of contradiction or contraction. This belief, however, is familiar. It is something you have lived with for so long. You are wondering who you will become without it. The Soul Cat of Swords says, cut it out, let it go, and do it now. Wow. Interesting, because that's exactly what I was feeling in that card. Just cut it out, let it alone, let it go. Okay, for the Eight of Cups. Cups, right? Yep. I passed it. For the Eight of Cups. It is easy to walk away from something when it no longer holds an interest for you. It is much harder to walk away from something that is toxic, but which you find fascinating. And that's exactly what I said in that. However, walk away you must, just like our soul cat. It is time to put your tail in the air and find another path to follow. Something in your life is no longer worth your time, energy, and emotional investment. And that's what I was saying. Be brave, be bold, say goodbye, and head in the opposite direction. Guidance. Life is full of moments when we have to say goodbye. Sometimes these partings are small and we don't even really notice that in the moment. Other times they are life-changing. You are having one of those moments now. The size of the moment is irrelevant. Rather, it is the energy and the movement that are important. And that's what I was feeling. This one small action of walking away from the situation, it's much bigger than that. It's changing your habits of engaging. It's changing your thought processes to learning to let things go. And I love that. Love that. The size of the, okay, you are being pushed onto a new path. You're about to begin a new story. Something old is coming to an end, and a new beginning is creeping into your awareness. This makes it exciting to be saying goodbye. Protection. It might seem hard to say goodbye, but the truth is you're never really that invested in the long-term results anyway. It's time to get super honest with yourself and admit you stayed too long. In other words, you overstayed your welcome and you really should be moving along. It might feel awful initially to leave the familiar behind, but that feeling won't last long. And I feel like that's talking about a greater thing about my job entirely. And I've been getting that the last probably 6 months. Almost every week I get a card that says, you need to just get out of there. And I just haven't yet. Because you get comfortable in the familiar, right? You get comfortable in situations that you don't have to think about it. You don't have to worry about it. And I find that quite intriguing that came up in that situation. And then we have the moon card. Things aren't always as they seem. As the light shifts, dances, and fades, the edges around your work seem less solid. I just said work. What could have been hard and uninviting is now curious and alluring, beckoning you to explore it and consider it a mystery just waiting to be solved. It is amazing how a trick of the light can change how you feel about the world around you. Guidance. There are times in your life when the harshness of the day drains you and you crave cool, dark evenings to soothe your soul, as the world looks different when the lights are dimmed and the sharp focus is softened. Sorry, it's my dog. The moon makes everything feel relaxed and open, as if holding space for you to pause and take a much-needed breath. As the moon starts to dance across the sky, you know you can stretch and unwind with the demands of the day behind you and the time of quiet upon you. So it's kind of a time of reflection also. I feel like I'm always the best just before, right at twilight. It's beautiful. Protection. Not everyone slows down when the moon is high. Oh no, for some like our soul cat, the moon stirs their energy and awakens their creativity, and I'm the same way. When the rest of the world slumbers, you too are energized and inspired, capitalizing on the cool quiet that darkness brings. Use this time wisely, as there is a reason this is your time of peak productivity. Dreams happen under the influence of the moon, and you don't have to be asleep to create them. Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. Oh, first time I got a book. So let's read this real quick. Let me see. Oh, I just passed him. Devotion. The sheep and blackberry calls us to focus on our commitments, whether they're on to a partner, a job, a creative practice, or a spiritual tradition. I just called me out in everything in my life right there. Sheep are innocent and vulnerable and must be watched over and guided, much like thoughts. Blackberries are symbols of protection with their large, bumbling thorns. Their abundant fruit also symbolizes prosperity. Combining the energies of the two gives us a direction, honor our promises, allowing them to fruit and flourish. Upright. In what people or practices do you find wisdom and stability? Remember to care well for those sources of guidance and protection. Jeez, she's in the kennel still this morning. Reverse. You can be your own guide. Your wisdom comes from within rather than without, and it is your responsibility to impart this gift as a mentor or teacher. And then there's questions. How can I better care for my relationships, spiritual practices, or work? I find that interesting. It's asking me to take a deeper dive into my work, and this brought that up as well. So that's interesting. So, yeah, If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, if it resonated with you at all, leave a comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button, and you guys have a great evening. Bye.